You may think this is Keith's wine cellar at home, but actually it's a big warehouse where some Cork Dorks are licensed to drive a forklift.
And some Cork Dorks are not.
Keith should not.
Here's our Cork Dorks wine list of things that wine lovers should not do.
Number 1, don't save wine as a special occasion beverage. Everyday food, everyday wine. There's a combination. Go out and get a box of wine or a big jug of wine and just pour a glass every night with your everyday food. It's a great way to live.
Number 2, don't think that the only wines that are worth buying are 90+ point wines from the wine media. Don't get me wrong, the wine press has great things to teach you about wine, and they probably could find some things that you wouldn't have a shot to taste. But don't be afraid to use that tongue that's in your mouth. It's there for a reason. Open those bottles, make your own observations, and don't wait for somebody else to tell you it's okay to like a particular wine.
And number 3, don't think wine has to be expensive to be good. You'll be amazed how many judgings, professional judgings, where a large group of wines are tasted blind, and the results come out where the least expensive wine wins the contest. Lots of times, a $17 wine can beat a $70 wine.
And then number 4, don't leave that bottle of wine open too long. You see, that bottle that you open on a Friday night for dinner with your family is not going to be good next Friday night when you pull it out of the refrigerator or take it off the counter. Air's the enemy. After you've pulled the cork or you've unscrewed that screw cap, air starts to get in, and those delightful fresh fruit flavors that you enjoyed the first night just won't be there anymore. Wines go past their prime when you leave them open for too long. Here's the Cork Dorks list of ways to get more for your wine dollar. Number 1, zig when they zag. You see, you'll find all of your favorite marquee named wines at your favorite wine shop or on a wine list. And if that's what you're into, then go for it. But if you're looking to save a few dollars, then look down the wine list to the alternative red or alternative white section. That can be a great place to find wine value.
Number 2, spend $1 and double your wine tasting experience. When you go to a restaurant, a wine by the glass might be about $1 higher than if you bought a bottle and divided that up into glasses. But by doing wine by the glass, you could order, say, 2 Cabernet Sauvignon and get one from Napa Valley, one from Chile, and compare and contrast. It's fun, and it doubles your experience.
Number 3, know your wine math. Particularly if you're booking a banquet or a wedding for your family, you want to know that you're going to get 5 glasses of banquet wine out of a bottle of wine, and you're going to get 60 out of a case. Now with champagne, you'll get even a little bit more, maybe 6 or 7 glasses out of a bottle. If you know this going in, it'll keep you from having surprises when you get the bill at the end of the night. You know, what's the point of all of this great wine knowledge unless you can use it for one of the most important things, and that is to look cool at your next wine event. Now, Dan's here at the end of the bar, and he's doing his best to look cool anyway, and he's going to fire off the first of the Cork Dorks cool wine terms.
Hang time. It's not just for basketball and football. Hang time is literally how long a bunch of grapes hangs on the vine to get ripe. The longer the hang time, the greater the opportunity for more richness, more ripeness, and a bigger wine. Hang time. Man, Keith, you spent more than your allowance on wine this week.
You know, Dan, I'm just picking up a few bottles, a little dinner party I'm putting together. You didn't get the invitation?
Must have gotten lost in the mail.
You know, while I've been shopping around, I've noticed there's such good information on these wine labels. And here's the Cork Dorks list of the secrets of wine labels. Now, for example, Dan, on this bottle, it says 2004 Cabernet Sauvignon, Napa Valley. Now, does that mean that all of the grapes in this bottle, they had to come from Napa Valley?
It doesn't mean they had to, although in this bottle they did. But a winemaker can blend up to 15% from other valleys than Napa in order to add complexity to the final blend.
And what about the vintage and the grapes, Cabernet Sauvignon? Is that all 2004 Cabernet Sauvignon in this bottle?
Doesn't have to be, and again, the government allows them to blend up to 15% of older reserve vintages if they want to add some complexity to the wine or to help maintain a house style. The same thing with the grape varietal. 75% is the magic number there. You're guaranteed that at least 75% Cabernet Sauvignon, but the winemaker could blend up to 25% of other grape varieties to add complexity.
Okay, now you mentioned the word reserve just a moment ago, and there it is on this label. It says Vintner's Reserve. Now, does that mean that this wine has to be the very best wine this winemaker makes?
That's a really interesting point because there's no legal requirement that says what reserve means. So it's entirely up to each individual winery as to what they want reserve to mean on their label.
Now, as I've been shopping today, I found a couple of bottles that look absolutely almost identical. And the labels are very similar, but they have different words on there. Why the difference?
What a great comparison. These are both bottles of 100% Pinot Noir wine, but the one on the left here says Pinot Noir on it. The one on the right says Bourgogne. In America, we tend to label our wines by the name of the grape variety. And in Europe, they tend to label the wines by the region or the country that the wine comes from. This one says Bourgogne, which is French for Burgundy. So that Pinot Noir is from Burgundy. This Pinot Noir, it says down here, is from Carneros in California.
So once you learn the secrets of wine labels, you don't have to go look in a book. You can go shopping right in the store, check out the labels, and find lots of great information to help you enjoy those wines even more.